The man simply hugged his wife, but she instantly pressed a knife to his neck because she felt like the man in front of her wasn't really her husband. Her real husband used to beat her all the time. Just a few days ago, Jack had been brought home by the villagers. After spending 7 years at war, no one in the village thought Jack would actually make it back alive. When Jack saw his family again, his wife, Laura, was surprised to see how gentle he was with their son, and that he even pulled her into his arms on his own. To celebrate Jack's safe return, the villagers threw a welcome party for him. They noticed that the old, short-tempered Jack was gone. He now treated everyone with warmth and kindness. When his friends raised some doubts, Jack explained that he had suffered a serious head injury. Back at home, Jack hoped to reconnect with his wife that night, but Laura told him he'd be sleeping in another room. That's when Jack found out they had actually separated 7 years ago. Though shocked, he had no choice but to accept it. The next day, Laura went out to the fields to work. The local pastor came by to help, as he had for years, while Jack was away. The pastor had always been there for Laura, and she had even promised him, if Jack didn't come back after 1 more year, she would marry the pastor. So Jack's return came as a huge disappointment to the pastor. Later, the pastor confronted Jack, telling him that he'd been helping Laura tend the land every single day. Jack was grateful, but he also knew full well why the pastor had been doing it. He brought it up with Laura, but she reminded him to show the pastor some respect. After all, he had supported the family for 7 years. Jack didn't think much of it, and that shift in attitude from him began to change the way Laura saw her husband. That night, Jack came across an old pajama shirt, one that Laura had made for him long ago. The size had been wrong, and at the time he had snapped at her because of it. She had never sewn anything for him again after that, but now he apologized, genuinely, and in that moment, Laura felt loved by the man in front of her. That night, her feelings for her husband began to rekindle. The next day, Jack went into town to get a new pair of shoes, but when the cobbler measured his feet, he noticed Jack's shoe size was 2 sizes smaller than before. Jack simply told him, "Maybe you grabbed the wrong tool." He didn't think much of it, because his eyes were locked on the newspaper, on a story that promised to make the entire village rich.